Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rift Podcast Project. Today we have Jess and a returning guest, Sebastian, from episode point 5.
Hello, hello.
Greetings.
Hey guys, it's great to have you, Jess, on the show, and it's great to have you returning, Sebastian.
It's great to be back.
Yeah.
So, like we always do in these episodes, we're just going to jump right into the topics. So, Jess, you recently graduated from high school.
Yes, I'd hope so.
Yeah,
But
terrifying.
indeed.
Can you speak
So
on like the past couple of months and like your experiences with, the pandemic and how that's
sure
changed
thing.
what you thought was going to
So
happen?
the end of my senior year was, needless to say, quite different from what I thought it was going to be.
hmm
I still had a lot of plans for kind of doing certain fun events to close out senior year with my friends and getting to say more formal goodbyes to my teachers. Also, classes just changed a lot with pandemics. I'm taking primarily AP classes this year. 6 out of my 7 courses are APs.
Yeah.
And because the College Board cut down the amount of material that's covered on AP exams, I ended up learning a lot less in some of those classes, which was disappointing. I know some other people might not be as disappointed by that, but I was.
I may be one of those people.
Indeed.
Uh,
But yeah, so overall, I was kind of bummed out to be quarantined and not allowed to finish my senior year the way that I originally intended, but we're working through it.
all right.
I've heard that, like, at least in the past years, that the seniors would go to like some sort of trip after the school year. I guess that had
Oh
to be
yeah, I heard
canceled.
about
Yeah,
that as
there's
well.
Beach Week. That was something that was discussed, as in some seniors were considering still doing it at some point in the summer if things open up enough. But
I guess.
I was never really planning on going there. I'm not a big fan of the beach, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Why
I
would it
did
be fair?
suggest that if we couldn't do an actual beach week, then we should just do a senior class Zoom call where everyone just has a beach as their backdrop. But some
That'd be
people
fun.
said that might not be cool. I don't know.
That might not be cool. What?
Well, it's not as interactive, I guess. Can't go to the beach and like lie down in the sun in the sand.
Well,
Yeah.
you could order sand online, make your own beach.
And order sand online. Bring the beach to us.
That reminds me of this one time I went to like the Bahamas, and you know how
What?
they have the pink sand,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a water bottle with me, so I just scooped some up and brought it home.
So
Yeah,
there you have it. You have your own mini Bahama
had my own
beach
mini
at your
Bahama
house.
beach. Yeah, it was really cool, and it had like rocks and stuff in it. So I'm not sure if it was the cleanest beach, but
Yeah.
sadly it's gone now. I don't know where it went. Probably got thrown away.
A tragedy.
Unfortunate.
It really is. It was just chilling in the office, and now it is no longer there.
Well, I mean, sand is a relatively safe thing to bring home with you, I guess.
Sand
I don't
is
know.
rough
I
and
keep
gets
thinking
everywhere.
of there are stories from the Latin organization I'm in about one time a kid went on a field trip to Italy with their teacher where they went to a kind of lagoon alcove type thing that's supposedly the entrance to the River of Styx.
Yeah.
And one kid
River of Styx,
decided,
Jesus.
yeah, exactly, like going straight to the underworld. You know how
How would
it
you want to be there?
I don't know.
Well, the teacher that was leading this group was kind of eccentric, but that's a whole nother set of stories that would last far longer than half an hour.
All right.
But this student decided to take a bottle of water from the River of Styx back with her because, a memento or whatever.
Cool.
However, her younger sibling didn't realize that it was
she
water
drink
from
it?
the River of Styx.
She did not drink it.
Yes. The
I
Styx
mean,
water was consumed and the child got very sick. They did not
Sick with
actually
sticks.
die, so
Thank
that is a
goodness.
plus.
That was
But
Well,
How
needless to
did
say,
they?
I think that child is immortal now, just like Achilles.
well, for that, mythologically speaking, you would have to bathe in the water. But
Well, the inside of her body. Like, you can stab her skin, but, like, you won't be able to, like, pierce her bones or her
she's
veins or
an
anything.
eternal soul now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her
exactly.
spirit is
She's
now.
just she's a corpse vessel.
My question is just how did she not realize the water had like something off about it? Because that could not have tasted like just regular water.
I mean, it might have.
I mean, she probably tasted it and then realized that there was something funky about it. And I mean, as I said, she got sick.
Oh, I
So
thought you
I
said
think
like she drank the whole bottle.
I don't think she drank the whole bottle. I don't know. I was not actually there.
Alright.
But,
Yes, I mean, makes sense.
but yeah, she drank enough of it that she got. Like, I think she had to go to the hospital. It was not a
Oh
fun time.
my.
Not fun.
Indeed.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I guess moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, I
I
don't
guess
have too many beach stories.
Sebastian, I guess since you're returning
Yeah.
guest, we'll focus the light on you.
Whoa,
What,
scary.
what are your future plans for the upcoming months? And like, what do
For
you
like
think
this
you want to do?
summer?
Yeah, because like because
Well,
obviously a lot of activities must have been canceled. So what are you
yeah.
gonna be spending your
I
time on?
was well, my original plan over the summer was to go and play tennis a bunch,
Mm-hmm.
but tennis courts are closed, so I can't go do that.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
And then the another plan was to learn French, but
Ooh.
You can still do that.
registration was closed uh, when I checked it, so I couldn't do that either.
Well, I'm sure there's like apps and stuff, and you could just like
You could
read
always
Oh
dictionaries and
yeah,
pull
stuff
out
right.
that
online.
Yeah, I'll use
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Yeah, have the
Yeah.
Duolingo owl threatening your family for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't. I mean, I guess I could still learn French, but I meant like in like a classroom setting.
Yeah.
Speak through. If you want help
So
with that, I could always tutor you in French.
oh, you can speak
Oh.
French.
Maybe.
Oh,
I got the French award in 8th grade, but
All right.
oh,
Sebastian,
fancy.
your mentor has arrived.
Yeah, I can
indeed.
only speak Spanish and English, so I'm not as cool as you.
Well, I don't know. I think speaking Spanish is pretty cool. Most of my family can, but I just can't. I
Enough.
think part of the reason that I've never learned Spanish, well, in my later years at least, is because I've lost most of my motivation to learn to speak it due to the fact that I cannot and biologically will not ever be able to roll my R's. Um, no need to flex, okay? But yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, I read somewhere that your tongue muscles question mark need to learn how to make the like shape and movement necessary to roll R's between the ages of like 9 to 13, otherwise you'll never be able to do it. And I just
Really?
Huh,
yeah, so fun
That's
fact.
that's weird.
fascinating.
Because I
Yeah.
could roll my R's before then.
Well, yeah, maybe it was just before 13. I don't know. I don't have the study in front of me at the moment. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
my time has
Rolling your
passed.
R's is very fun. I mean, you don't need to be able to roll your R's to speak Spanish. You'll just be a gringo, or I guess you would be a gringa, but you can still technically speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? Yeah, I was talking about my summer plans.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. So since I can't do that either, and I don't really want to take any other classes, I've just decided that I'm just gonna work out for like 5 days a week and
Okay.
read like 5 different books. So
All right.
You know, working on those muscles and that mind. We stand.
yeah. I mean, that won't
Exactly.
really help me get into college, but I feel like colleges can't really blame me if I don't do anything during a time where I'm quarantined in my house.
Indeed.
Fair.
So hopefully I don't like fail to get into college because I didn't do anything this summer.
You're not gonna fail to
Who
get into
knows?
college, Seb. You're an intelligent, kind person. People respect that.
Thank you. Uh,
Seb's like
yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Respects
I
to
really doubt that.
um,
I mean,
Nah,
you know,
she's alright.
intelligence I can accept. I'm narcissistic enough to accept that, but kind, don't know about that one.
You're kind to some people on occasion.
My
That's
kindness is being mean. If I'm mean to you, that means that you're my friend. That's how it goes.
Wait, does that mean I should feel insulted because you're mean to me? No.
I'm mean to you occasionally, okay? I
Okay, so
mean
you
to.
like me a little bit. We're fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Like Samir, you can tell that he's a good friend of mine because I relentlessly insult him
Indeed.
all
oh,
the
so
time.
that's friendship. All right.
That's friendship.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
guess that was a
friendship.
misunderstanding.
Yeah. No, you're a good friend, Samir.
All right.
That's how it works.
Anyways, moving on from that. I
He's
guess
flustered. He's like, "Well, we're friends."
Yeah.
so. I guess moving on from that into I think we have like a fun topic about what type of music you guys are interested in. This is for both of you. Like what type of music you've discovered, what type of music you're still listening to, continuing
I've
on
learned that
now.
Spanish music is a lot better than I expected it to be.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, like AP Spanish. Our teacher would always like play different Spanish songs like before class started, and like I slowly grown to appreciate the music. So that's good, I guess.
All right.
I know I've added a few to my Spotify playlist. They just cycle every
Cool.
once in a while.
Cool.
I don't really have a specific genre of music that I listen to most frequently, but I have been kind of vibing with some smooth jazz recently.
Smooth jazz.
Cool.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, if I had to say things that have changed in my music taste from before quarantine to after, I used to be a lot more into kind of harder rock stuff, and now I'm going a little more lo-fi, more relaxed stuff.
Different mood change.
Um,
Like mood change. Sort
how
of.
about you, Samir? How's your
Me,
music taste change?
in terms of music taste, I don't know. I feel like I've always used to have like a pretty like variety of music that I was
mhm.
interested in.
Same,
Like
same.
I kind of
Yeah.
centered a little bit more on pop, and like
I
I
completely
dabbled
agree
a
with
little
that.
bit in rap and things like that. But now I've kind of like
Just a nice
broken all boundaries, and I literally listen to any genre. Like my playlist is a mess. I have pop, alternative rock, rap.
You want to talk playlists that are a mess? Like Lauren and Monty
Oh,
had
we do
so
not
many
need to call
playlists.
people out.
They were
Um,
guests on the channel. It's fine. They have so many playlists. I
Well, to
looked
be fair,
at
I have a lot
Lauren's
of playlists as
Spotify.
well. I just don't
No.
make them public.
Lauren has like 30,
Oh, dang.
and they each have like 200 songs.
I should have them back on and talk
Insane.
about music. That'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
you should.
yeah.
A good episode. Watch out in the future.
On the
Future episode
future.
coming out
I will watch it on the future, not
on
in the
the
future.
future.
On
In the
it.
future. Watch out for
I
that.
will be on top of time.
In the
You will
future.
not be able to control me.
Music episode. That'd be
Okay.
interesting.
I guess
Alright.
a music episode would be interesting.
Yeah, I think like one episode
Yeah.
focused on that.
Ooh, if you end up bringing Sky and Monty back, you could do an art episode.
This is true.
I think we sort of like I think we touched a bit on it in their episode.
But you could
But yeah.
touch a little bit deeper
Yeah.
because I was getting yelled at for not having a deep appreciation of art.
Rip.
I think we've been pretty good at appreciating art on this channel. The episode after Skies and Monty's
Episode appreciate art.
was Nat and Mark, and we
Isn't that
talked about
Mark?
Nat's art, and that was very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like
Great at art
I was
stuff.
getting Well, I had to do a project for our art history, and they were like, "Oh, pick an artist that's living that interests you."
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's influential as well. I mean, that's pretty influential.
I
But
mean, yeah, he influences me every day.
and then I realized that like I don't know any artists. I don't
Mm.
look at any art. So I had to just search up like top 100 influential living artists, living American artists. And just I went down the list and just like looked at a name that I thought sounded interesting. That's how I found my artist for that project.
Well, the problem, well, what would have been the problem if I had been asked to do that project is all the artists I like are like impressionists from over a century ago. So
Yeah.
none of them.
I assume they're dead then.
You assume correctly.
Yes. Unless they're like they have the Philosopher's Stone and they're just living forever, which
Oh, Harry
is
Potter
a
reference.
possibility.
Fun
Humanity,
fact.
you're somewhere out there still.
Fun fact. I recently watched all 8 of the movies.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah,
Yes.
did it while working out.
They were. I did. I watched the first episode while running on the treadmill and
Yeah,
on the elliptical. It was enjoyable.
an
Fun
hour
time.
and a half or 2 hours of
Full
just working out.
disclosure, I still have never watched the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows movies. Neither of
Really?
them.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I've read
Good.
the books. I haven't watched the movies.
Yeah.
The books
Oh,
are
but
good.
CinemaSins quality. If you just want to learn a bit about the movies and you're not really feeling like actually spending an hour and a half watching them, just watch the videos. They're great.
I think the movies are good though. I personally feel like the movies were like the best they could do in adapting the books into movie form. I think they probably could have done like better in some aspects, but in general, I think they're just really good movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they seem to
Honestly,
be
as
really
far
good
as
movies.
movie adaptations of books go, Harry Potter is one of the ones that's pretty
Pretty
not
good.
necessarily on point fully. I know some people who are really into the books will have like essays on all the inconsistencies, but they're generally pretty well liked.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I mean
I
I've
feel
heard
like
that Deathly Hollows wasn't the most well received because they split
in
into two
terms,
parts and people weren't happy about that.
yeah,
But like,
but
I
I
mean,
feel
it
like
seemed
overall, it's just in terms of movies, it's very hard to fit everything in a book into the movies, you know.
yeah. I mean, because there's just a lot more in a book.
There's a lot more like depth. Like the movie does pretty good job at like having depth and things like that. But you know,
Yeah,
you
and it
can't
gets
have
harder the
everything.
later into the series you go because like each book has more pages than the previous book.
Well,
Yeah.
not all of them. I think the longest book in the
Actually,
series
I
is the
think the
fifth
longest
one.
is
was
it the Half-Blood Prince? I think it is.
I think
I thought it was Order of Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah, I think Order of Phoenix is the longest.
That was the one
Yeah.
book that I did not get to read.
Yeah,
I think it was the Order of the Phoenix because like my library just didn't have it,
I think.
so I just ended up skipping a book, and I was
Yeah.
sad.
I
Actually, I read
remember
that book. The process of me reading that book is really funny.
I watched the
Um,
movies and like the movies themselves are actually, if you like compare it to movie timeline, are kind of old, and the quality and just the animation and everything is pretty incredible still.
Yeah,
yeah. I remember
that
going
is
to a
true.
museum and seeing an advertisement for the Deathly Hollows like a couple years back. It was
I remember
weird.
when the Deathly Hollows came out in the theaters.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was out of the country at the time, I believe. Um,
Oh,
Deathly Hallows.
traveling, terrifying.
Yeah, indeed, I absolutely hate it. But um, yeah, I remember. I think I saw a poster for the Deathly Hallows in just a different language, and I'm like,
I think my most apparent memory connected to Deathly Hollows movies being released, I think, was at like a soccer camp, and I just remember like that was the buzz of the camp. Everyone was just talking about the new movies coming out.
Oh, I was at an Air and Space Museum, and there's how they have like movie theaters.
yeah.
So I was.
Did they
It
show
was.
the Deathly Hollows?
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
Air
they
and
were.
Space
They
Museum.
were. There was
Which
like a
one?
thing.
That's so funky.
I think it's the one at Dallas Airport.
Oh, I meant like the which movie?
Okay, I don't know which Deathly Hollows it was.
Part 1 or Part 2?
I don't remember. All I remember, I think it was part 2 though, because it showed like them all standing off, and like what's his face had the sword, you know?
What's his face? Neville Longbottom?
Yeah,
Thank you
Neville
very much.
Longbottom had the sword already, so I assume it was the second part.
Probably.
That would probably be
Yeah,
second part.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Um,
remember when did we do that? When was that? Oh God, it feels like it was with people I know.
People I
well, it would
know.
be a little
I
more
hope you
concerning if it was
knew.
people you didn't know.
Yeah.
Shit. Was it freshman year? No, I don't think it was freshman year.
Well, let's see if
I don't remember. All I remember is that I ended up selling popcorn to people and I made a profit.
Interesting.
you had popcorn just on
I
your
mean, the
birthday?
movie theater
Oh,
sold
gotcha.
it,
You bought it from the movie theater and then just sold it out to everyone.
and then I sold it to everyone.
Why didn't
I
they
sold
just
it for
buy
like.
popcorn from the movie theater
Oh no!
stand?
Well, I was giving them like they were paying me in like quarters and stuff. For like a handful or something.
Wait,
And
so did you like cut the price?
Yeah, it was like a handful. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
was
you're
a
getting
ship.
like a handful of popcorn. You're making them pay for that.
Yeah, or like a
That's
few kernels or
kind of
whatever.
cool, not gonna lie.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, here's the thing. I bought it with two other people, or yeah, two other people had bought it with me, and so I was like, because I didn't have enough money to buy it on my own, so
Yeah.
I shared the price with someone else. Other people are like, oh, can we have some popcorn? And so like our little group,
Yeah,
our little
give me like
trio
how many
me-
went
people
like
were you in?
huddled.
give me 75 cents and you can get a handful.
Yeah, we ended up we made a profit. Like I said, it was
Yeah,
great,
that's.
What?
I mean,
and I
did you
still
like the people you were with?
still got to eat a lot of popcorn, which
Well,
is
I
great.
mean, I suppose if we're using the maxim that you're more mean to the people you like more, these must be your best friends or something.
Yeah, they were good friends of mine. Yeah.
Ah,
No, it was great though. It was fun. It was fine.
it was
And
fun. It was fine.
the only other memory I have of that place, the only other two, is that downstairs they had the spaceships or the fighting simulators, like the
Mhm.
jet ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember getting into those and they were like price gouging. But
Yeah.
and then there was a McDonald's in the museum as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think
I used to slash before quarantine still periodically do just go into DC and go to all the different museums on the mall because,
Mhm.
fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate free resources.
We
Yep.
we appreciate museums.
Yeah.
They're free. Better.
Uh-huh.
They're
Yeah.
quite interesting though, and the exhibits are cool.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are interesting. I only go to there like once a year though.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean the last time I went to a museum, might have been I think it was either Thanksgiving, I think it was.
Hmm.
My cousin from California came over. But
Huh?
her sister couldn't come because she was already in college. She's a year older than you, Jess, I'm pretty sure. So she came over and she's like really young. She's like a fifth grader? I think she's a fifth grader.
All right.
Yeah, we went to I don't remember what museum it was, but it's the one that has the food market, the food
Didn't we
area
go?
in the
Didn't
bottom.
we go to a museum together recently?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we did. No,
Recently?
recently. I think it was like.
Recently, as in a field trip for history? Yes.
Oh yeah, did we?
Going to say, like, I feel like the 11th grade history field trip goes to the mall too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fun.
fun.
Fun time, yeah.
Because we followed all the rules.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were thinking of ditching and going to do like an escape room or something, but then
Oh,
we
right.
decided
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
want to get
Well, I
fit.
mean, we had already completed what we were asked to do for the day,
Yeah, no,
so
we
we were just
completed
chilling.
everything and we thought of doing it, and then we felt like maybe not just because it wasn't worth getting in trouble for.
It was also
Yeah.
way too much money.
a bunch of
was also
people
quite
bought
expensive.
scooters and were just scootering around the area in my grade. I,
Yeah.
however, ended up waking up at I think 6 a.m. that morning so that I could print out tickets to go to the African American History Museum because you need to get
Mhm.
tickets in advance for that. And yeah, I invited 3 of my friends to come with me, and that was fun. And then we exited the museum, and someone informed us that Stan Lee died because that was that day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Horrible.
That's
It was a roller coaster, really.
yeah.
But
So now it's time to
See,
figure
you
out
had your
why
little
scooters were
exhibit with
banned for our grade
yeah.
because we weren't allowed to go on
We
scooters.
weren't allowed to go on scooters. We were supposed to stay within what a 1 block radius.
oh
Yeah.
yikes!
Yeah, that's what we were going to
And
do. We were going to go out, use scooters, go to an
Mhm.
escape room, and do stuff like that. But no.
Well,
I mean, I
I,
think it
I
was
suppose it's possible that they made their instructions a bit stricter after my year.
Yeah,
That's what they said. Yes, they said last year was not the best year.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they did say that.
No, they did. They're like, okay, but
Things happened.
yeah, they said things happened. And also our grade already isn't well received with the administration
I
because
think our grade's fine with
no, remember
administration.
when we went to the play and then we got yelled at by the administration because people were like sleeping or
Okay,
whatever?
to be fair, I felt like we did deserve to get yelled at because
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well,
our
I
grade was not exactly the best acted.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you guys went to see Fences, right?
Yes, we did.
yes,
It was good.
Cool.
that was
Yeah, I
very
went
sad.
to see that too because the main actor in that show, he does a lot of stuff with Ford's Theater. His name is Craig, and some of my friends and I have
Like
casually turned him
Craigbot?
into a god. What?
I said like Craigbot right here. He's with us
Indeed.
right now.
Yeah.
Craig is everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, so I went to see that with some of my friends too. It was an interesting show. I still think 12 Angry Men, which I went to see
12
twice.
Angry Men is very good.
Yes.
The movie. I've never watched the play, but the movie was very good.
I've
The,
personally
the movie
never
is
seen, but I
tremendous.
heard
The
good
Ford's
things.
Theater version was tremendous. When we
And
did it
then
as a theater production at this school, that was a time. But
I remember I was asked to sub in one day because people were missing, and I was just at school because
Hey, you.
really,
You're
whatever
kind
we
of
were doing.
cool.
maybe I
You're
was
here.
missing. Do you remember who you read in for? I mean, probably not, because
Um,
they're all just like juror numbers. The characters don't actually have names in the
yeah,
show.
was
Um,
I juror number 7? I
7?
think I was playing whatever I think Aaron was supposed to play.
Aaron's 8.
Or was it 8? I don't remember. I was either 7. Yeah, I was some
Yeah.
weird number because
I
Some
think
weird
I still
number.
remember
we
who
had
was
started because
but
I started my scene and I was being like held back or whatever by other people because and
oh,
we
in
were
that case,
I
that
was
was
against
Julie's
another person.
character. I kind of remember that. I was the person holding you back.
Yeah, I was
Huh.
getting held back and that was
Fun
interesting.
time.
I was supposed to pretend to be angry and I was like, I have acted once before. It's not
I'm
gonna
sure
go
you did
well.
Well, I'm
fantastic.
sure you did an excellent job. I don't actually remember this stuff. Um,
I remember it. It was
12 Angry Jurors was a chaotic time in my life, but
Mhm.
yes.
then again, when isn't?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna be in college, so it's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I suppose.
You
Okay.
suppose. You don't know. I mean, like maybe.
Yeah, I'm maybe looking forward
Who
to it.
knows? It might.
It looks like I'm actually going to be able to go to the Princeton campus and live there and take classes there, which would be amazing because
Fun.
I really am not a fan of online classes. But
Casual
Yeah.
humble brag.
what? No, I wasn't. Okay, I'm
I'm
sorry.
just gonna go to the Princeton campus.
Okay, I take it back.
I take it back.
I take it back. I'm not happy that I'm going there.
Great job, Seb. You made her sad.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, moving on from that. Um, any creative activities or anything that you guys are
I think
doing?
sleeping's pretty creative.
Sleeping.
Um,
Alright.
I mean, kind of depends on your dreams, I guess.
Yeah.
But I won't make you go into too much detail on that. I've
Mhm.
been writing a good bit,
Oh,
for
fun.
a variety of things. Some of it's just personal esque projects. I like writing plays. I mean, I wrote 2 of the 5 plays that are going to be in the One Act Play Festival this year.
Yes, you
And it's
did.
kind of just something that I do for fun. Kind of all genres of stuff. Right now, I'm working on kind of a short piece, with only 2 characters that takes
Like,
place over the span of a year, but in like small intervals.
yeah.
So,
A
yeah.
love story or what type of story?
You could see it as a love story. It's not a love story between the 2 characters. It's about a girl who it's actually kind of set during quarantine because, I can't be that inspired to think of a situation that I'm not currently in. But it's about a girl who goes to the post office periodically, breaking quarantine to send things to a person that she likes, and occasionally other people, and a police officer who periodically stops her. But
Huh.
yeah,
I
um,
see.
it kind of ends tragically, but
Who dies?
everyone. But
Well, I mean, it's quarantine.
I haven't written the ending yet. I have a vague idea of what I want to do with it, though.
It ends tragically, but I don't know how it ends yet.
Well, well, I honestly don't know if other people write like this, but at least when I write, I tend to determine what the vibe of the ending's going to be before I actually determine the details of that ending.
So you have a beginning and an end, and then you just kind of work. The middle is
Yeah.
just how do you get to the end.
Exactly. Yeah, I know the general mood that I want. Except for sometimes that mood will get entirely thrown out the window if I'm writing something and it's never been that I develop an emotional attachment to one of the characters, but if I'm having someone else reading it, or if it's something like a D&D campaign where I have other players who get attached to certain people,
I'm getting D&D.
then I might adjust the ending accordingly. Because I don't like making people feel sad, except for when I do.
So
I
then
want them to
that's
be
just
sad.
so then there's no criteria for that. It's like, I don't want people to get sad until I do want them to get sad.
Well, no, it means like there are certain times in writing or designing any sort of plot line where you kind of want your readers slash players slash experiencers to feel negative emotions because that will accelerate the positive emotions later. Either that, or
Yeah.
if the goal is to make people feel negative emotions, then naturally that is the goal. Like if you're writing a tragedy, you don't exactly want the people to be laughing.
Alright.
Well, I mean, if anything, that'll just accentuate the tragedy. Because if you make it like a really, really like happy-go-lucky play, and then it just
And then
all
just
falls apart.
breaks.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you make it a really happy
I can
play.
feel it
But,
already.
like in the
just
play,
thinking
you can
about it.
see like cracks in the facade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to
and then at
think
the
of
very end, it
that
just all
definitely
falls apart.
reminds me of something, but I'm trying to. Maybe Angel Beats is what I'm thinking of, to be honest. Like,
My.
yeah, just very happy-go-lucky show, and then the ending is just like,
Sadness.
yeah. But
We've been playing a lot of D&D.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I feel like we've been playing too much. I'm getting
There's
D&D
no such thing as too much D&D. But yeah,
I'm getting
that's
D&D
kind of.
fatigue.
Yeah, another thing I've been writing is whenever I DM a campaign, I do a write-up for it, so I essentially write the story of what happens.
Oh, that's fun.
You write up the story of your D&D campaign right now, which is just a rom-com.
Yeah, honestly, that write-up is very, very fan fiction-y, and I don't know whether I
Fun.
love it or hate it. Like, honestly, you can just imagine what tags you would put under certain chapters or segment. It's just like
Oh
hurt
god.
slash comfort, fluff, feelings.
A
But
boy gets thrown at a stake
no, but
on
Yeah.
accident. He was
yeah,
I
the
told him.
favorite character in the rom-com campaign is a boar. His name is Robert, and
Roberto.
indeed, and he has opposable thumbs.
Wow.
Yes.
But he only uses them to give thumbs up to people when they do things that he likes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I feel like if he learned to use his opposable thumbs a bit more, he could just start dual wielding swords and then just charge
Well,
people.
I mean, he has like super sharp tusks already, so
So then he can stab them 4 times. Tusk.
just 4 times like you're imagining him dual wielding weapons
Oh,
and then
yeah.
also having his tusks. That
Well,
would be
wait.
like,
Does he have opposable thumbs on his hind legs as well?
you want this boar to have 6 weapons, including his tusks,
Yes.
and just
He
like
charges
roll
and he
around
just
on his
jumps at
back and
people.
just.
well, I guess
Well, I mean,
finishing.
you wouldn't be able to stand in that case.
You'd
You
be a
would
break
you need to
dancer.
like hold him, and then your weapon is just this boar with 6
with 6
Upright.
weapons.
protruding
Like
from
So
it,
it's just
and you
with
just
that,
throw the boar at people. Well, I don't know. Seems
with
a
that
little.
image
I
in
feel
my
like that'd be a
mind, I
very
guess
effective weapon.
it's about
Oh
time
my
to wrap
god,
it up.
no, I would need to get a okay.
Oh yes, sorry.
It's fine. We were
I,
getting
I,
really
Well,
I would say I
exploratory.
hope that wasn't too boring, but that's just a
no,
terrible.
that was fantastic.
Ooh,
Finishing with
the
that great image in my mind of a dual-wielding boar.
You
I
mean
think it's about time to wrap up this
boar with
episode
6 weapons?
for you today.
Getting bullied.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
Well,
you for having
enjoyable
me.
to be
yeah.
on. Thank you for
Thank you to
again.
you guys. Thank you to the watchers for watching this episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. On Instagram at the Rift Podcast Project and on Twitter at Podcast Rift. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbor down the street. Thank you guys so much for being here. Jess for coming on the show and Seb for returning.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Happy to help.
Yeah. So I guess I'll see you all next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out any of the other episodes on the channel. And also make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much and see you guys in the next episode.